Is high cholesterol the secret to longer life?
You heard it right.
What if I told you that something we've been told for decades might actually be flipped upside down? For years, cholesterol has been labeled the villain, linked to clogged arteries, heart attacks, and early death. But what if I told you some studies suggest higher cholesterol could actually be linked to living longer? Shocking, right? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial health debates. Is high cholesterol the secret to a longer life? Stick around, because what we uncover might just change the way you think about your heart and health forever. Welcome back to NutriFacts with Simone, where we separate nutrition myths from real science. First, let's recap what we've been told. Cholesterol is often divided into two categories: LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol, which is said to clog your arteries; HDL, the good cholesterol, which supposedly helps clean things up. For decades, doctors have warned that high total cholesterol increases your risk of cardiovascular disease. That's why cholesterol-lowering drugs like statins are among the most prescribed medicines worldwide. The mainstream message has always been, lower your cholesterol, live longer. But here's where things get interesting. Several studies, especially in older adults, show something surprising. People with higher cholesterol levels often live longer than those with low cholesterol. A recent study done by Sardinia's Blue Zone showed that the regression analysis also confirmed that individuals with moderate hypercholesterolemia with LDL-C levels saw 130 mg/dl, but below the extreme level, had a 40% lower risk of mortality compared to those with normal cholesterol levels. Another example, a study published in the BMJ, British Medical Journal, reviewed elderly populations and found that higher LDL cholesterol was inversely associated with mortality. In plain English, that means older people with higher cholesterol, but not to the extreme level, often had lower death rates. And this isn't just one isolated finding. Research in Japan and parts of Europe has shown similar results. The lowest cholesterol levels are sometimes linked to higher risks of infections, cancer, and even overall mortality. So, does that mean high cholesterol is secretly good for you? Well, there are a few possible explanations. Cholesterol and immunity. Cholesterol plays a role in your immune system. Some researchers believe higher cholesterol may help fight off infections and protect the body against toxins. Brain health. Did you know your brain is packed with cholesterol? In fact, about 25% of your body's cholesterol is in the brain, where it's essential for memory, learning, and nerve function. Some studies have linked higher cholesterol with lower risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. Age factor. Cholesterol might act differently depending on your age. In younger adults, very high LDL levels do raise cardiovascular risks, but in older adults, the protective roles of cholesterol may outweigh the risks. The balance issue. Not all cholesterol is equal. It's not just about LDL or HDL, it's about particle size, inflammation, and how cholesterol interacts with other systems in the body. Now, before you throw away your statins and start eating bacon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, hold on. The relationship between cholesterol and longevity is not simple. Cardiologists still warn that excessively high LDL levels, especially when combined with inflammation, diabetes, smoking, or obesity, do increase the risk of heart disease. Also, some studies suggesting benefits of high cholesterol may not account for confounding factors like overall diet, genetics, or pre-existing illnesses. In fact, the American Heart Association continues to recommend keeping cholesterol in check because high LDL is still a major risk factor for atherosclerosis in many people. So what does all of this mean for you? Here are some practical takeaways. Don't fear cholesterol blindly. It's not the ultimate villain. It's about balance. Look beyond the numbers. Total cholesterol alone doesn't tell the full story. Ask your doctor about advanced lipid testing, which checks particle size and inflammation markers. Lifestyle still matters. Diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management all influence how cholesterol behaves in your body. Individual differences. What's harmful for one person might not be for another. Genetics, age, and overall health all play huge roles. In short, cholesterol isn't simply good or bad, it's complicated, and context matters. So, is high cholesterol the secret to a longer life? Maybe, but only under certain conditions. What science is telling us is that cholesterol isn't the enemy we once thought it was. Instead, it's a powerful, misunderstood molecule that might just hold secrets to both health and longevity. But I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you know been surprised by cholesterol test results? Do you believe cholesterol is unfairly demonized, or is it still a major threat to health? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video eye-opening, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to NutriFacts with Simone, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest nutrition deep dives. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best diet isn't just about restriction, it's about knowledge.